Hey everyone, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Magic Knight Rayearth. And it feels like, even though this is the final episode of the series, before we get into the OVAs, that is, this is also the first one that they've decided to go back and start with the actual opening. It's funny, for like the last several episodes, we've done a recap and then the opening. But here at the end, they decided, no, everyone who's going to watch the last episode will know what's happening. We don't need a recap. Ironically, though, I don't think that we're going to get any, massive twists or anything. Like, I'm hoping we're going to see Lady Debonair show back up on Earth, and, we have to go chase her down on Earth and solve everything, as per the first opening of the second season. But I don't seem like that's going to happen. Like, we got to save SFR. That seems like what we're going to do here. And we've collected all the characters together through the entire season, and now they're all here. But most of all, I want them to stop bad-mouthing Zagato. Zagato was the best character of the show. You wait until I do the ranking. I'm gonna give him straight 10s. Best character. Reminds me I'm going to make a questionnaire for the show for character ranking. Still, conceivably, if you hurt yourself, you'd still hurt Hikaru. I just mean that if you were so dedicated to hurting her, you could hurt yourself to hurt her.
私があの一瞬に残していった心の影。ずっと一人だったんだ。どこを探しても光いなくて、一人で泣いてたらデボネアお母様が私と一緒にいてくれるって。
Okay, so I was completely wrong about the pillar thing from the beginning of the season. I mean, I know they kept implying that there was a whole thing about when she killed Princess Emerald. But I thought the pillar thing was also an element of it.
好きな人とは一緒に幸せになりたい。生きて幸せに。ノバ、私は自分を好きになろうと思う。後悔したり苦しんだり悲しんだりする心ごと自分を好きになりたいと思う。私のことも好きになってくれる。
Well, I mean, you are her heart, so seems likely.
戻っておいで。
That's sort of the kiss from the opening, I guess. Which I guess leaves Lady Debonair. And Alcyon, who we've done nothing with.
Debonair がどこにいるか教えて。教えて、あれしようね。このままではあの人が死んでしまう。
Cliff?
あなたプレセアじゃないわね。
Of course not. Ascot killed Precia.
読んだのね。プレセアから聞いたことがある。双子の妹がいると。そうよ。私はプレセアの妹、シエラ。なぜプレセアのふりをしているの？マジックナイト、 悲しませたくなかったから。そしてあの人を助けたかったから。あなたどうしクレフを。
Oh, Clef. I called him Cliff. My mistake.
クレフのためにシエラで亡くなることくらい何でもない。それであの人のそばにいられるなら。報われないと分かっていても。
Oh, how reflective.
報われなくとも愛する人のために。教えてアルシオーネ。デボネアはどこにいるの。
Wow.
もうこれ以上誰が死ぬのも嫌。
Yeah, except for you killed the guy she was in love with. I don't even.
勝てなくても勝つわ。大好きな人を守るために絶対勝つわ。
That's just all like a dagger in her heart, I feel like.
たとえ報われなくても愛する人のために。デボネア様は。
Well, there we go. Robbing her of her agency once again. Sadly, the character I was most excited to see this season.
まさかデボネアのことを話そうとしたから。やめて、言わなくていい。アルシオーネさん。
Jesus, that thin they.
セフィーロの裏。 私が決めた最後よ。泣くことはないわ。
She did say she wanted to die before. See, if she had done more this season, that would cement her as one of the best characters too.
アルシオーネ。
Or even if they just hadn't introduced her again until later. But having her always be around and then doing nothing, or just being used without giving her any ability to do anything, just kind of ruins her character.
マジックナイトたちを必ず戻ってくる。 アルシオーネが言ってたセフィーロの裏ってきっとあの闇を抜けた向こう側ですわ。行くよ、海ちゃん、ふーちゃん。炎のやー水だー、やー緑の疾風。
So when they said underside, their thought was to cut through the planet. Because I would have thought fly around. They just feel like a World of Warcraft definition of underside, though. You know, when they go to the Frozen Throne and they break the sky open to see the other side. I mean, it's the inverse palace. Which is funny, because it's basically doing the same thing with the heart. I always love good orchestra music. Orchestra. I meant orchestral. Always love good villainous orchestral music. I think I much preferred Regalia than this Debonair Regalia thing. I think it suffers the problem that Lady Debonair herself does, which is to say, sometimes looks a little bit too comical. I mean, thank God they didn't actually merge together as people. Because then they could have turned into Hikaru Fuumi. You know, I was just wondering what happened to all the sidekick characters. Because they weren't in that other shot. Oh, I was hoping for the giant version of the little kid to come back. Yeah, why isn't the Jin's out here? Yeah, don't you hate it when the cast reflect back on you? I do enjoy that they've included their own cheering section into the show. Sort of what I've been saying the replacement for the pillar should be this whole time. Also, I guess an element of the curse energy from Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh man, this is like every Christmas movie where they say, I believe in Santa Claus. Or that earnest Halloween movie. I was surprisingly close with the whole pillar and the people thing.
僕らの恐怖心がもっとマジックナイトたちを苦しめてしまうんだ。
恐れるな。恐れる己の心と戦うのだ。
絶対はね。このセフィーロは誰の国なの？
セフィーロは僕たちの国だ。
私たちが守るべき私たちの国だ。
大好きな人が住んでる。
Doesn't the pixie come from Autozom?
愛する人は
Or is it from other country? I can't remember.
守らなければ。
自分を信じろ。他の誰でもない自分を。
一緒に戦って。私信じるわ。
俺も信じるぜ。
What did I say? I believe in Santa Claus. Sorry, I'm laughing, but I mean, I enjoy situations like this. Mostly because they put in the time to show the characters helping the civilians this season. So now the pillar's a sword? I guess that means Hikaru can't go home again.
己を信じる心。セフィーロのものども。マジックナイト。
Yeah, but conceivably Lady Debonair will always come back. Because eventually the people are going to forget not to be afraid, or just get afraid again. And it'll create a new Lady Debonair.
やはり柱は光だったのだな。
光る。その柱。
So what's that mean for Eagle?
クレフと約
Eagle's going to die without being able to sacrifice anything, or
資格があるなら私の望んでいるセフィーロにしたいと願っていいって。このセフィーロから柱をなくす。そしてこれからのセフィーロはこの国を愛するみんなと作っていってほしい。
I mean, I guess that makes sense, because the whole point of this thing was that they now believe in themselves and want to love and live in the country that they defend. So I guess you really had to bring them all together in order for them to learn this new message. Not for nothing, though, but the planet's kind of destroyed. But then again, I guess with the other three countries now being allied together, they can help rebuild. Wait, does that imply the Rune Knights just died? I guess not, because they're still wearing the gear from the Rune Knights.
願いは叶えられた。もう一度セフィーロを訪れ、自分自身の心のために戦いたいというお前たちの願いは叶えられた。
じゃあ私たちをセフィーロに召喚したのは。
お前たち自身。
じゃあ私たちはもう戻らなくてはならない。
So, I mean, how did you summon yourselves when somebody else told you they summoned you?
クレフ、私。なんでもない。
ありがとう。
Yeah, like I said, it would feel like Umi was getting like a harem for some reason.
約束通り帰ってくれたな。
忘れません。あなたのこと絶対に忘れません。
Wait, this ends with them leaving everyone behind forever?
これからきっとセフィーロは平和で美しい国になるよね。エメロード姫がいた頃に負けないくらい。ランティス好き。
Oh, I fucking hate this. I mean, can they, like, summon themselves back, or is the pillar required? Oh, they meant this time. That's how they got someone back. What do you mean, no regrets? You fell in love. You have loved ones there you'll never see again. That's fucking regret. They better come to Earth, is what I'm saying. There better be a final shot of them coming to Earth, or I am gonna be upset. Pharaoh, Lantis, Ascot better show up on the NXS or whatever the hell it was called. Wait, does Umi still have the communicator to talk to Pharaoh? Sorry, the Pan Am bag tourist. I don't like that. It's not a bad ending. It's a bad ending. It's a bad ending. Okay, did I miss something? Did they imply that they could come back whenever they wanted? Because otherwise it feels like they formed deep, caring relationships with people that they'll never be able to see again. I don't know what the hell is shown by the panning image of Sephiroth as they're seeing it from Tokyo Tower. Alright, read it up. If you didn't know, I watch these live on Twitch on Fridays at 11 a.m. EST. And in the comment section, we have Phil Fisher, who says, from Wikipedia, greatly anticipating the ending to the first part of the series, Clamp found the protagonist's initial adventures in Sephiroth really easy to create. Okawa noted that had the target audience been older or male, they would have to consider stopping the series with the conclusion of part 1. The second part, however, proved difficult for the group to create, as they felt they had written themselves into a corner. I mean, with that surprise ending, sure, I can see that. I don't know what I'm waiting for. One last turn on the wheel. Everybody! Let it be everybody! I'm wrong anyway. Of course. Legitimately, I hurt on the inside for watching that. Not because it's bad. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. It was very easy to follow, but that ending, I feel sad for having watched that ending, because the ending is very much, well, time to leave all of my friends and loved ones behind, never to see again. And it's like, how do I feel good about that ending? I feel like Alcyone. I feel like Alcyone before she sacrificed herself. The hopelessness that there's nothing you can do and that you would give everything, even if it meant nothing, for your loved ones, right? They put themselves out there, they won the day, and ultimately will never get to see the people that they care about again. I mean, ultimately, this was never going to be a win-win for me, because I was thinking that Hikaru would become the pillar, and that she'd be stuck here, and I'm thinking, well, why did you show us that she has 3 brothers at the start of the show if she's never going to see them ever again? But they went the other way with that. Why did we spend 2 adventures here on Sephiroth if we're never going to see them again? And again, the first opening introduced the concept that Lady Debonair would attack Tokyo Tower or something, and that never happens either. So I thought, oh, well, they've introduced the concept in the opening. Maybe they can cross over that way. We've literally got these 3 other nations that look like planets or whatever in space. And one of them has a battleship, one of them has this, they all have their own means to travel between worlds. So you could have ended the series with them coming to Earth, and then you don't have to explain anything about how Earth deals with this new knowledge of other worlds or whatever, because it wouldn't happen in the show. You could leave that to the imagination, right? So when they said, hey, look, and I'm talking about, oh, the battleship could come here and carry all their friends back, that would be how I would wrap up the show. Because it's a feel-good show, right? So you should feel good by the ending of it. I feel bad, man. Feels bad, man, whatever that meme is. It's not a good ending. It's not a happy ending. They're happy at the end, even though they got tears in their eyes, because Sephiroth looks beautiful, right? They've turned the planet back into what it was. This feels like one of those 1980s adventure books where you get like isekai'd into another world, and then you save the world and you just wave goodbye to all your friends at the end, and you go back home. I guess this is what like every Ultima adventure turns out to be, because the Avatar just goes home at the end, right? Even though he has friends in the world. I cannot even think, if you were like the target audience for the show, what you thought at the very end. Because maybe you didn't even think about this. The concept of not being able to see your friends again. Like, maybe the metaphor here is just like moving a long distance. I don't know. I think there's an element of, I know it feels like I'm harping right now, and probably I'm going to wrap up here after I'm done this sentiment. There is an element of distance that kind of gets me in a lot of shows. Going back to like Mushoku Tensei, when they had was it Deldora Village, that little arc where they like carved little figurines of each other so they'd remember what each other looks like, and there's an element that we might not see these people ever again because travel takes a long time, and even if we did see them again, they'd be like adults, even not the people that we met here as like young children. And that made me sad. Just the knowledge that you're never going to be back there this way again. And this is the same sadness I feel here. We have left everything behind. And even in the post, which was like, it's been a year, and a vision of the place is all we see now. Man, there's the twist from the first season was a hell of a thing, because it felt like it came out of nowhere, even though I think I was guessing it the whole way. And that was like a passing impact, right? It's like, oh, this is clever. I really appreciated this. And then we got to this one, and this kind of was a surprise because I thought, oh, it's going real simple the whole way through. And then at the very end, we're going home and we can't come back. After all the time spent establishing a love interest, I guess technically, I guess at the very end, the person who got away essentially scot-free, Umi, considering that Umi seems to have fallen in love with Clef at the very end, and then gave that up, and then rebuked Ascot the entire time. So her and Ascot got nothing. She literally got away from Sephiroth, no attachments. Unlike Fu, who fell in love with Biro right at the start, not right at the start, but basically near the start of the first season. So 2 seasons she's had a love interest. I guess best case scenario, she kept that little radio thing and she could talk to him, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. And then Hikaru in this one, just out of nowhere fell in love with Atlantis, and she at least got to say something, but they didn't even let them touch fingertips before she gets away. I don't know. Here's the thing, I'm rambling now. I think I've established what I thought. Obviously we have 3 OVAs left to do, and I hear that they're completely different, so I guess we'll deal with that when we get there. Otherwise, next time we'll start OVA 1. But that is this for Magic Knight Rayearth. I'll guess I'm going to remember it for its 2 endings. One of them is going to stick with me longer than the other one. Either way, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?